Hello everybody, welcome to my latest Smalland video. This video is going to be about in-game content, not as far as what you can do in in-game, just something that you'll be not worried about but dealing with at endgame. So in front of you, you can see my partially converted base, and I say partially converted base because it all looks very splendid in its metal bodywork. However, as it stands, there's a lot of it still wood. And that's kind of what we have to deal with. We even have wood at the top of our newly created tower over there. So this video is going to be about the very important Lymph run. Now, for those who don't know, to make these metal buildings, you need to use clay mortar, the same as you would need to for stone. The problem with clay mortar is not only does it need clay, which is relatively easy to come by. I do have a video guide on a route for that in my list of videos. I'll try and remember to link it, although I'm usually pretty rubbish at remembering to do that. But the one biggest problem is bug lymph, and you have a chance of getting that from different creatures in the world. So how do you get enough of it to be able to get buildings like this? So first and foremost, if we quickly have a look at our map, we want to come to this region around Myrmec. So basically there is an ant, I'm going to say ant nest here. Ants are a really good source of the bug lymphs, but they're not the only source. And what we're going to be looking for is grey flies and cockroaches. There's two areas that those live in abundance. There's the grey zone, which is around here by the Black Hornet and Knock. There is the new campsite, which is basically just around here. There is an event with bugs, grey flies, that happens every now and then. And the last one, but by no means the least one, is underground in the church by Teodric. They're the three zones that we have to travel to. So if we start with the black ant hill, also known as carpenter ant. So they're called carpenter ants, but when you kill them, it shows black ant parts, black ant head, etc. So I should probably refer to them as carpenter ants. It's carpenter ants and bull ants in this location, by the way. So warriors and workers both spawn bug lymphs, so don't worry too much about that. And those little blue-green orbs there are the ones we're looking for, so that's what we're going after. Now, interestingly, they don't show up on your pixie sense. They don't show up purple, so you can quite easily miss them. Please don't miss them, because you will need a lot of these. It's one bug lymph per clay mortar, and it's one clay mortar per building piece. So you can imagine how quickly you run out. So when you're doing this, depending on whether you just want to sweep everything up or whether you want to actually precisely pick things up, I tend to sweep because it's quicker. You will end up picking a load of extra stuff you don't necessarily want, such as the eggs. If that's the case, just every now and then go back into your inventory and take the eggs out. It's the best way of getting rid of them. So I could see one more warrior up here. Like I say, you can take out the workers as well, if you want to do a complete run, but you end up having to chase them because they run away rather than attack. So there he is. And there we go. If you press and hold triangle as you're attacking, it will auto collect everything they drop. It just saves you having to go around afterwards and picking everything up. Right, how are we doing? Worker, 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 worker. Yeah, they're all workers. So there's a bull ant here. Bull ants again are ones that will attack you and are a good source of lymphs. They will attack you when they see you, of course. Or they could just run away. There we go. Okay, so that's all of those workers taken out. Oh, no. I thought I heard the attack music, but no. There's another bull ant ahead. And then as soon as we've defeated these ants, and one of the reasons this route is so good is because from here, let's just remove those 2 eggs. From here we do a little run past Myrmec's tower. I'm going to try not to use my special wings that allow me to get extra lift, simply because I want to show that this can be done with normal wings. If you haven't got any wings, it will obviously be a lot harder. You can still do it, it will just take you a lot longer because you won't be able to glide from place to place. So from the worker ant, we literally go to the left of Myrmec's tower and past this rubbish bin, or garbage can, trash can, whatever you want to call it. And usually there are grey flies right here. They come out, they actually spawn in the top of the trash can and then they travel down here. Now grey flies are really nasty things. They seem stupid, like little, but they actually pack a punch. If you've got creatures, it makes it a lot easier, especially if they're strong creatures like the scorpion. Right, so that's a lymph. There's a lymph. Okay, so from those 4 flies we got 2 lymph. Now I started with none, and I've already got 15. So that's quite nice. Now the other thing that is really odd but seems to give a good amount of lymph are cockroaches. And although they are very tough, oh, I did not mean to do that. Although they're very tough, actually, as long as you block as soon as they start making that maracas sound, you should be alright. There's a lymph, but whenever you get one of those, you have a chance of getting 2 from cockroaches. So they can be a really good source as well. Now, the interesting thing about the grey zone is there's a lot of tunnels. Oh. It's the only problem with fighting with a bird. There, got 2 that time. Yeah, the only problem with fighting with a bird and pressing triangle to pick stuff up is you quite often jump up on your bird. Because it's got such a big hitbox, the hitbox is what you interact with to actually get on top of it, so you do end up with constantly getting on top of the bird. Okay, so two from that one as well. Right, now we want to go inside these tunnels as well, because inside these tunnels you do find cockroaches and grey flies. So there's a cockroach right there. Two from that one as well. Right. There's one further in. Oh. Only one from that one. But as you can see, you do get quite a lot of lymph from them. Right, I don't know why, but I do seem to have a problem with the sound cracking up every now and then when I use Pixie Sense. It seems to mess with the sound these days. It's possibly an issue after the last update. Right, so if we drop down here, we've got grey flies here as well. There we go. And then another cockroach. You will end up switching between edged weapons and blunt weapons quite a lot. And you will probably end up losing whatever tames you bring quite often because they get stuck on the environment. But as soon as you get a bit past where you were, just they'll either come to you or you can summon them as soon as you've gone a bit past. Oh. Okay. So far we've got now 30 from this run. More grey flies down here. If you're going to do this run and you don't need the bird, you can just bring two different creatures, if you haven't already got a bird, of course, as well. Just bring two creatures. Ones that are good at fighting, because they do take a lot of damage, so they need to have pretty good health. The best two are the tarantula and the scorpion by far. But to be honest, any decent health creature will do. So, we've got cockroach and grey flies in this area. Oh, not good. Heal up. In fact, you do end up getting a load of eggs from these flies, unfortunately. Is that it? That's it. Right, now that's taking us out here. If we go the other way, there are tunnel networks which take you out to this area here, and this area also has grey flies and a frog even, so that can also be quite good. Now I think I've probably pretty much done all I can do, so I am going to exit through here. This is where the bird comes in useful, because you can fly out through here and go to the south. And I'll see you when I get there. I'm sure they're lines from a song. Right, now we're here. We fly in through here, in. Then we have to go down these stairs. But I'm just going to land here and wait till morning, because it's dark enough down here at the best of times. You literally do not want to go down here when it's night time. That's all I'm going to say. So I'll see you when it brightens up a bit. Okay, so it's got a bit lighter. So I'm going to get off my bird. You can ignore the stag beetles. We don't need those because they don't drop the lymph. These guys, however, do. Well, sometimes. So we have grey flies here. Now this area is infested with some pretty nasty creatures. We have colony spiders, which don't drop anything useful for this particular run, but are, well, they completely swamp you, basically. Okay, so... Okay, so that's got those ones. We've got a load more up here. So if we head up this boulder here, you definitely need to bring some strong ground-based creatures here because they can't make this jump. So what tends to happen is they fall down here and then go into that cave, which is full of colony spiders. So you will see them having lots of fights. Oh, he made it. Just to prove me wrong. And again, look, we have highlighted, not highlighted. And now they've gone down to colony spiders to have a fight, look. But we're going to ignore it. They will catch up. So we're going to head all the way around the top level here. We do have grey flies and cockroaches all over the place. Now, this is interestingly the best pyrite run as well. So I have a pyrite run on my channel already, but it's not necessarily the best, it's just the safest. So that's something to take note of. Keep getting on creatures. So yeah, pyrite all over the place, but this, like I say, is fraught with lots of danger. Bearing in mind, I am using the best armor and I am level 100. Now, I haven't put any points into health because even at maximum level, you only gain an extra 100 health. And to be honest, it's not that useful. It's better to have more stamina. So I will give a breakdown of the stats and why I've picked them at some point. But for this particular video, that's not relevant. And he didn't give me any. How rude. Carry on round here. Another cockroach. Come on, you. Oh, he gave me 2. So, more grey flies ahead. Edged weapons better for grey flies, blunt better for cockroaches. Although, to be honest, this Viper Talon Sabre is good for pretty much everything. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. We can kind of not worry too much about it, because that platform up there is pretty much the last one. It just means I've missed that last grey fly. But that platform just takes you straight to the last place, so that fly was the last one that I was actually going to be getting. Cool. 2 in 1. Okay. And we've got this cockroach here. Oh. There we go, so more lymph. And you will possibly notice we're back where we started, that's the way out. So that is that section. Now I will take you to the north, purely because, well, I want to show you everywhere that we can go for this. And I do this run quite a lot. So as you can see, I've already got 61 lymph from this run. So that's 61. building pieces in effect. And there's pyrite all over the place in here, so for metal buildings you need pyrite and metal shards. I will do a new run for pyrite, a little more dangerous but definitely more rewarding with the quantity you get. And I'll also do a metal shard run as well in the future. But I think, to be honest, they're pretty easy to find, especially if you've got to the end game. I don't know why you'd be building metal buildings very early on in the game, because you need hoots to unlock the plans, and hoots aren't available until, well, I suppose you can trade pyrite for hoots, but yeah, I don't know many people who will have done that. If you have, then fair play, but I don't think most people do that. So I'm just going to get there. I was just going to say I'll see you when I get there, but to be honest, it's not that far. It's literally just to the left of that big tree is where we're going, so we're practically already there. Now the reason I can fly here is because I have already destroyed all of the cannons in this area, and I might give a little bonus on how to do that in a minute. So we want to position ourselves by this tree around the this picnic table around the tree, because this is where the majority of grey flies are in this area. And blue tit's getting hammered by them. Oh, look at them all. There we go. Blue tit was standing there getting absolutely wasted. There you go. Have some food, Mr. Blue tit. Or just passively heal. That's also fine. Right, so I think I've wiped them out, but there are 2 cockroaches here as well. Both of them high level, although I don't think the level really means that much, if I'm being honest. I have found a higher level ladybug, like considerably higher. It's 98 compared to 14, but its health is lower, even though it's got a lot more points in health. It's very odd. Right, so that didn't give me any, and then there's should normally be 1 more around here. Or not. Well, there's usually 2. Ah, there it is. I knew there was usually 2. So, level 91. And there we go, 2 more. So in total we ended up with 71 from that one run. Which, there's a lot of travelling round, but when you understand how hard the bug lymph are to attain, then that is a very decent run. So now what we do is head back to base and make some of our lovely clay mortar. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you found that useful and make it easier for your metal runs, I suppose we should call it. If you have found it useful, please make sure you do click the like button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, or if you haven't done so already. Leave me a comment down below, let me know what you thought, let me know if it was helpful, and let me know any other of these types of videos you would like me to do. And I will see you in the next video very soon. You all take care. Bye for now.